Alright, let's dive right into mastering the techniques of grilling and smoking. This is an essential part of any successful barbecue, especially on the 4th of July. To start, we need to understand the basics of direct and indirect grilling, how to control the temperature, and the art of smoking meat for tender, flavorful results. Direct grilling is when you cook your food directly over the heat source, like charcoal or gas burners. This method is best for thin cuts of meat, like burgers, hot dogs, and kebabs, as well as vegetables and fruits. The high heat sears the outside, creating the delicious crust while keeping the inside juicy and tender. To master direct grilling, make sure to preheat your grill, oil the grates to prevent sticking, and use a meat thermometer to ensure your food is cooked to the desired temperature. Indirect grilling, on the other hand, is when you cook your food away from the heat source with the lid closed. This method works best for larger cuts of meat, like whole chickens, roasts, and ribs, which need a longer cooking time to become tender without burning. To set up your grill for indirect grilling, you'll want to create a two-zone fire by placing the hot coals or burners on one side of the grill and leaving the other side empty. Place your food on the empty side, close the lid, and let it cook slowly, using the grill's built-in thermometer to maintain a consistent temperature. Controlling temperature is crucial for both direct and indirect grilling. You'll want to aim for different temperature ranges depending on what you're cooking. For example, medium heat around 350 degrees Fahrenheit works best for most vegetables and poultry, while high heat is ideal for searing steaks and grilling thin cuts of meat. Adjust your grill's vents, gas knobs, or add or remove coals as needed to maintain the desired temperature. Now let's talk about the art of smoking meat. Smoking involves cooking meat at a low temperature around 225 degrees Fahrenheit for an extended period, usually using wood chips or chunks to add a smoky flavor. This method is perfect for tougher cuts of meat like brisket, pork shoulder, and ribs, which benefit from the slow, gentle cooking process that breaks down tough connective tissue and renders fat, resulting in incredibly tender, flavorful meat. To smoke meat on a charcoal grill, you'll want to set up a two-zone fire, similar to indirect grilling, but with a drip pan filled with water on the empty side. This helps to maintain a consistent low temperature and adds moisture to the cooking environment. Add soaked wood chips or chunks to the hot coals. Place your meat on the grill, grates above the drip pan, and close the lid. Maintain a low, steady temperature by adjusting the vents and adding more coals and wood chips as needed. For those using a gas grill, you can still achieve great smoked flavor by using a smoker box or foil pouch filled with soaked wood chips. Place the box or pouch directly on the burners.
Preheat the grill, and then follow the same indirect grilling method as with charcoal.
Keep the lid closed and monitor the temperature to ensure it stays low and steady. By mastering these grilling and smoking techniques, you'll be well on your way to creating a fantastic 4th of July barbecue that everyone will rave about. Alright, now let's move on to choosing the right equipment and fuel for your 4th of July barbecue. There are 3 main types of grills you'll encounter: charcoal, gas, and pellet grills. Each has its own set of advantages and drawbacks. So let's break them down to help you select the best one for your barbecue needs. Charcoal grills are a classic choice and loved by many for the smoky, authentic flavor they impart to food. They use charcoal briquettes, or lump charcoal, as fuel, which you'll need to light and allow to heat up before cooking. Charcoal grills are often more affordable than gas or pellet options, but they do require a bit more skill to control temperature and can be messier to clean up. If you're after that traditional barbecue taste and don't mind putting in a little extra effort, a charcoal grill may be the right choice for you. Gas grills, on the other hand, are fueled by propane or natural gas and are known for their convenience and ease of use. They heat up quickly, often with the push of a button, and allow for precise temperature control through adjustable knobs. Gas grills also tend to have a larger cooking surface and multiple burners, making them great for accommodating larger groups of guests. Next slide. Lots of that. However, they may not provide the same smoky flavor as charcoal grills and can be more expensive up front. If you value convenience and consistency, a gas grill could be your best bet. Pellet grills are a newer option that offers a blend of both charcoal and gas grill features. They use wood pellets as fuel, which are fed into a firebox by an electric-powered auger. This allows for precise temperature control, as well as the addition of smoky flavor from the wood pellets. Pellet grills are versatile, as they can be used for grilling, smoking, and even baking. However, they can be quite expensive and require a power source to operate. If you're looking for a versatile set it and forget it option, and don't mind the higher price tag, a pellet grill might be the way to go. Now that we've covered the differences between charcoal, gas, and pellet grills, it's important to consider your own preferences, budget, and available outdoor space when making your decision. Keep in mind that you can still achieve great results with any of these options, as long as you invest time in mastering its specific techniques and features. Happy grilling! Now that we've covered the basics of grilling and smoking, as well as choosing the right equipment, it's time to perfect some classic barbecue dishes. Let's talk about grilling juicy burgers, flavorful hot dogs, and deliciously charred corn on the cob. First step, burgers. To create the perfect burger patty, use ground beef with a fat content of around 20% for optimal juiciness. Gently form the meat into patties without overworking it, and be sure to create a small indentation in the center to prevent the burger from puffing up as it cooks. Season the patties generously with salt and pepper right before grilling. Preheat your grill to high heat and make sure the grates are clean and well oiled to prevent sticking. Cook the burgers for about 4 to 5 minutes per side or until they reach your desired level of doneness. If you'd like to add cheese, place a slice on each patty during the last minute of cooking and close the lid to let it melt. Next, let's tackle hot dogs. To grill hot dogs to perfection, preheat your grill to medium heat. Place the hot dogs on the grill, perpendicular to the grates, and cook them for 5 to 7 minutes, turning them frequently for even cooking and nice grill marks. If you prefer a crispy, slightly charred exterior, you can increase the heat to medium-high during the last minute or two of cooking. Be sure to toast the bars on the grill for a minute or two for that extra touch of deliciousness. Finally, let's talk about grilling corn on the cob. There are a couple of methods you can use, but we'll cover one of the most popular, grilling in the husk. First, peel back the husks of the corn, leaving them attached at the base. Remove the silk strands and then fold the husks back up around the cob. Soak the corn in cold water for about 15 to 30 minutes to prevent the husks from burning too quickly on the grill. Then preheat your grill to medium heat and place the corn directly on the grates, cooking for about 15 to 20 minutes, turning occasionally for even charring. Once cooked, pull back the husks to use as a handle and season the corn with butter, salt, and any additional seasonings you desire. By following these foolproof techniques and recipes, you'll be well on your way to serving up delicious burgers, hot dogs, and grilled corn at your 4th of July barbecue. Enjoy! Now that we've covered grilling techniques and classic barbecue dishes, let's turn our attention to creating mouth-watering side dishes and sauces that will make your 4th of July barbecue truly memorable. We'll explore recipes for crowd-pleasing sides like coleslaw, potato salad, and baked beans, as well as how to make your own barbecue sauce from scratch. First, let's start with a classic coleslaw. For a simple and delicious coleslaw, you'll need a mix of shredded green and red cabbage, as well as shredded carrots. For the dressing, whisk together mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, sugar, salt, and pepper to taste. Pour the dressing over the shredded vegetables, toss well, and refrigerate for at least an hour to allow the flavors to melt. You can also add in extras like chopped green onions or sliced jalapenos for a bit of a kick. Next, let's talk potato salad. Start by boiling cubed, skin-on potatoes until they're fork tender. Then drain and let them cool. For the dressing, mix together mayonnaise, mustard, dill pickle relish, a splash of pickle juice, and salt and pepper to taste. Combine the cooled potatoes with the dressing and add in some chopped celery, red onion, and hard-boiled eggs if desired. Refrigerate for at least an hour to let the flavors come together. Baked beans are another barbecue staple. To make them, start by sauteing diced onions and bell peppers in a bit of oil until softened. Add in canned navy beans, drained and rinsed. Ketchup, molasses, brown sugar, mustard, and a splash of apple cider vinegar. For an extra smoky flavor, you can also add a bit of liquid smoke or smoked paprika. Combine everything in an oven-safe dish and bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes or until bubbly and thickened. Last but not least, let's learn how to make your own barbecue sauce from scratch. In a saucepan, combine ketchup, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, molasses, Worcestershire sauce, mustard. Simmer the sauce on low heat for about 20 minutes, stirring occasionally until it thickens and the flavors meld together. You can adjust the ingredients to taste depending on whether you prefer a sweeter, tangier, or spicier sauce. By preparing these delicious side dishes and sauces, you'll elevate your 4th of July barbecue to new heights, impressing your guests and leaving them craving more. Enjoy. Let's move on to the final topic, planning and hosting a memorable 4th of July barbecue. We'll discuss tips on preparing a well-thought-out menu, setting up a comfortable and festive outdoor space, and ensuring a smooth and enjoyable event for all your guests. First, when planning your menu, consider the tastes and dietary needs of your guests. Make sure you have a good balance of meat options, side dishes, and vegetarian or vegan alternatives. Also, take into account any allergies or food restrictions. Remember, it's always a good idea to include a variety of flavors and textures to keep things interesting. Next, think about the flow of the event, from appetizers to main dishes. And finally, dessert. Consider preparing some dishes ahead of time, like the coleslaw or potato salad we mentioned earlier, so you can focus on grilling during the event. Additionally, plan for enough beverages to keep everyone refreshed, including water, soft drinks, and adult beverages if desired. Now let's talk about setting up your outdoor space. Make sure you have enough seating for all your guests and arrange the seating in a way that encourages conversation and mingling. Consider using tablecloths and colorful napkins to add a festive touch, as well as incorporating patriotic decorations like flags, banners, or red, white, and blue tableware. If your barbecue will extend into the evening, add strings of outdoor lights or lanterns to create a cozy atmosphere. Set up a designated area for food and drinks, and make it easily accessible for guests to serve themselves. Use large serving bowls and platters to display your dishes, and don't forget to provide all necessary utensils, plates, and cups. To ensure a smooth and enjoyable event, have a game plan for the day. Know when to start prepping and cooking each dish, and enlist the help of family members or friends if needed. Also, be prepared for any unexpected weather changes by having a backup plan, like moving the party indoors or setting up a tent or canopy. Lastly, don't forget to have some fun activities for guests to enjoy. playing games like cornhole, horseshoes, or even a water balloon toss for kids and adults alike. And of course, when the sun sets, gather everyone to enjoy a spectacular fireworks display to celebrate the 4th of July. By following these tips, you'll be well on your way to hosting a memorable 4th of July barbecue that your guests will love and remember for years to come. Happy grilling, and have a fantastic Independence Day celebration.